Well, it's one of the most heartwarming stories of the year. Michael Hendry joins us. Thank you so much for your time and welcome back to the show, mate.
Cheers, mate. No worries at all.
So it was almost a year to the day after you'd been diagnosed with leukemia. You win for the Players tournament in Japan over the weekend. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was obviously very satisfying considering what the last 12 months have thrown at me. So no, it was immensely satisfying day for me.
Talk us through the last couple of shots, mate, when you thought, I can actually do this. What was flooding through your body at that stage?
Well, you get pretty engrossed in the process, really. I knew, obviously, where I stood and what I needed to do, and I just made sure that I got it across the line, basically. And it wasn't until Monday morning I was travelling down from Tokyo to Kyoto, where we're playing this week's event, and it wasn't until I was on the train, sort of having a bit of alone time, that I sort of realised what I'd done and that I'd actually achieved what I set out to do, 12 months ago in a hospital bed, which was get back out on tour and win again. And it was unbelievable. It's really great.
Did you feel like a little kid again? Is it kind of like, wow, that's my dream?
I suppose I've kind of felt like a little kid for a while now, the last sort of 6 or 8 months, because once the health started to take a turn for the better, and it looked like I was going to be able to get back to doing what I wanted to do, and golf, and obviously have a second chance at life. It was almost like being reborn a little bit. It has really changed my perspective on life and the way I go about things. And I suppose I'd said to myself I wasn't going to waste this second chance. And it's not only a second chance to do better at my golf or do better at life. It was literally a second opportunity to take on worries and problems and things like that with a completely different attitude. So it's funny. Obviously, a very dark cloud, but the silver lining, I think, is maybe it's changed my perspective to a point now where I'm probably as happy as I've ever been.
What a wonderful thing to say and a wonderful thing to hear. Can I ask you some questions about this? And please, if you don't want to answer them, just don't answer. But where are you at? Are you absolutely clear now?
Not completely and utterly clear, but as things are tracking, I'm in complete remission. Leukemia is a funny one because they can still, even when you're in complete remission, identify leukemic cells within the marrow tests that they do. But as I'm told by my specialists, if they were to take any random person off the street and give them a bone marrow biopsy and do the same testing that they do on me, most likely they would find those cells in almost everyone, because it's a situation where those cells pop up and the immune system deals with them. It just so happens that people that get leukemia, for whatever reason, their immune system stops doing the job it's supposed to do, and those types of cells start running amok within your immune system. So in all reality, I'm doing as well as anyone else on the street, but because I've got a history, obviously we've got to monitor it carefully as we go forward.
How has it changed your golf? Have you, just in terms of your strength, your resilience on court, your breathing, all of that kind of stuff? How much does it affect all of that?
Not at all, thankfully. The chemotherapy is very harsh on the neurological system. So often when you're taking chemotherapy, they'll run you through. It's almost like going through a sobriety test, where they'll test you for all sorts of different movement patterns and things like that to ensure that they're not damaging your nervous system too much. So it can have an effect on the neurological system, which was a bit of a concern for me. But I pushed particularly hard through even periods of chemotherapy in the gym with my trainer, and made sure that my fitness level was high. I felt that was sort of one thing I could control in the journey through the chemotherapy process, and trying to get myself back and ready, because I'll be honest, after the first 6.5 week stint that I stayed in hospital, I came out and I was 17 kilograms lighter, and,
Good Lord.
and even walking up the stairs at home was particularly difficult. I'd get to the top of the stairs at home, and I'd have to stand at the top of the stairs for a couple of minutes and catch my breath. And I just kind of thought to myself, look, if I truly want to try and achieve the goals that I've reset myself, I've got to do something about it now. I can't wait until the chemotherapy process was completely over, because the road back was going to be too long. So I engaged a trainer early on in the piece, and some days it was all I could do was to just get through the warm-up before I was, I didn't have the energy to continue. But we worked really hard during that period, and I'm convinced it was the one thing that allowed me to get back into golf quickly. But also I'm pretty convinced it had a big effect on how I got through the treatment as well, and I think it made it more effective. So yeah, I mean, physically, I feel like I'm almost better than I was beforehand. Just like my mental attitude, I think my physical stuff is probably as good as it's ever been as well.
Did you consider the possibility, or think to yourself, or talk to those closest to you and say, hey, look, maybe I might just be, I might be going down to JK's and hitting a box of balls in the future. That might be my golfing career. I might not be able to play this. I might not be able to walk 4 days anymore,